Hey guys, and welcome to Money Saving Tips Part 6, Random Money Saving Tips. Today's money saving tips are about how my kids can afford their gadgets and games and stuff that I don't want to spend money on, and how to save money on your bills. Number 29 is to if you have a kids that old enough to count or teenagers, have them pay their own money for their wants, for the things they want, not the things they really need, but the things they want. Maybe some games or some gadgets, or even if they want something like brand name, have them pay for that, for those things. Like my kids pay for their own gadgets. They pay for their own video games if they want to buy any. If they're buying any kind of apps that cost money, like those games, if they cost like $2 or whatever, or $5, they have to pay their own money. And if it's because those things are wants, so they have to distinguish and learn at the early age between wants and needs. The easier way for them to actually learn that, because if it's need, the parents will pay for it. If it's a want, they have to pay for it. And if they did not earn enough money from their chores or work, or they didn't save their Christmas or birthday money or something, if they're just wasted on something else, they're not gonna get what they want. And it helps them to learn to save money, because if they want something that costs, I don't know, $200, they're gonna have to wait a long time and save up for it. My kids already got their Christmas money, even though it's not even December yet, but they got their Christmas money early so they could buy their own Christmas present, or they could just save it or do whatever with it. Because first of all, these are the best Christmas present. That's what they say. Money is the best Christmas present, and to me too. I would rather get money than some kind of knickknacks that I have to dust or regift or something. So, and the money that they can save or to buy their wants, like any my daughter Gabby has tablet that she uses. She bought it with her own money. My other daughter Elizabeth, she bought her laptop with her own money. And my son buys a lot of games with his own money. I mean, we as parents don't spend any money on that. So, and this way they don't constantly nag or ask us for stuff. If you have money, you buy it. If you don't have money, you either have to earn it or wait until it's your birthday or something. So if you get some money as gifts, or after Christmas, if you get some money for gifts, you can buy it. But other than that, this way it will discipline them from early age. So once they're adult and have their own like bigger money, not just play money like they have now, like when they get their real paychecks and have to like pay their own bills, they could be better with their money than if they're just like little kids living with their parents, and parents pay for everything, and all of a sudden they're on their own and they have all this money that they're getting from paycheck and they don't know what to do with it, and they end up not having enough money to pay their bills. Tip number 30 is to negotiate lower rates on the bills you have to pay every month. Like maybe if you do still have cable, you're wasting money anyways, but if you're addicted to it, at least you can try to pay less money for it. If you call your cable company and try to negotiate a lower rate with them. Recently, I had to call my internet provider and negotiate a lower rate with them, because they started. My bill used to be $30 a month, and then all of a sudden they started charging me, I think, $50-something a month, and I'm like, hey, I'm checking my bills and you charged me $50 this month for the same thing. So they said because I was on special promotion, blah blah blah, and they don't have promotions right now. And yeah, so I had to talk with them for maybe like almost an hour or something, and tell them like, okay, I've been a customer for this many years, and if this rate will be still too high, I'm gonna have to go look for a different service. And even though your service is not the best, not, it is really not that good, but I need some internet. Doesn't have to be too good. I just don't want to pay too much for it every month. So this is as how much I'm willing to pay. If you want to give me this price, you can. If not, I'll be shopping for a different company. And they had to call their supervisor and their supervisor and blah blah blah. I had to be transferred to this many things. Well, if you trying to negotiate, right, try to be polite, or at least pretend to be polite, so they will give you they will be nice to you. But because if you're just gonna say, oh, your service is crappy and your price is even worse, and and yell at them and blah blah blah, of course they're not gonna wanna deal with a customer like that probably. But if you try to be polite and just tell them, this is what I need, if you can give it to me, I'll stay with you guys. But if you can't, then I'll try to look for somebody else who can. So just kind of be calm and kind of polite, but tell them what you need and what you want, and try to so you end up getting what you want, and not something that they just try to like sell to you. Because anytime I call them, they try to sell me like a TV service, like cable and stuff, and I'm like, guys, we don't even have TV, don't try to sell me that stuff. So yeah. Or even like things like insurance and things like that you have to pay every month or every year for it. You can still look for a different company that you can get the same service, maybe even better, for a lot less. Because if you have to pay excuse me, something's wrong with my voice. If you have to pay let's say for the same thing that you're paying, let's say you're paying this much, and then you have to overpay like extra $5 or $10 every month. These $5 or $10 adds up, because this every month, it's not just like one time. So the things that are recurring things like every month, those are like could be the biggest wastes of money, because you can just set your price once and keep on saving money for maybe a year or two or longer. But you don't have to like call them every month to get that price. You just do it once. So that saves you time and saves you money. Tip number 31, and it's kind of related to the previous one, is if you still have Hulu or Netflix or any kind of other things, that entertainment thing that you have to pay money every month, whether you use it or watch it or don't watch it, it's a waste of money. Because, well, I pay for internet every month, and we only pay $30 a month, which is like good enough. And if I could find a service cheaper, I would get a cheaper one, but I haven't seen a cheaper one. The only thing that they say, like if you're on like assistance and stuff, for low income, you can get a really like discounted one because of low income. But even though we would qualify for it probably, but the thing is, they require you to have food stamps, which we would qualify if we would want to apply for it, but we just don't want to mess with being an assistant, so we don't get it. So I had to find internet service which would be low rate every month without like having any kind of income or assistance discounts. So I had to look for that. But things like anything that's TV and stuff that you have to pay money for every month is just a waste of money to me. When you have to, if you pay for internet anyways, you can just find lots of things on YouTube to watch, and lots of other things online to read and to do. We also get movies, mostly for kids, at the library, and they also get books at the library, and I get some books at the library too. But the thing is, if you're really a frugal person and you're doing lots of things yourself to save money, you might not even have time to watch anything. Like, I don't really have time to watch anything. I hardly even have time to watch my favorite YouTubers, and not talking about like I mean, if I would have, even if I would have Netflix or Hulu, I would probably end up wasting a ton of money, not money, a ton of time watching something that probably will be entertaining. But if I would spend time on that, I would not have time to be frugal and save money. I would not even be able to work as much probably. So these things like watching TV and paying for it not only costs you money because you're paying for it, it costs you time that you could spend working or doing something productive that would benefit you and your family. You know, you could earn some money by spending your time on that instead of just watching some shows that not really helping you in any way.
Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you find those tips useful and save more money. Bye.